Dear Grace, alright, Dear Grace, either you're looking at a box of chicken wings or the screen of my phone. I'm doing this way because this is the third time I've tried to record this today and it screwed up the other two times, so I'm going to record two phones. One screws up, then you get the other. Alright. Plus I'm eating my supper too. I figure if I record 40 minutes, I only really need to do 20 more, but if I slowly eat my supper while reading this out to you, it's kind of like a weird first date. The prompt, Machine Learning Paradise. I'll try and read more on this one too, just in case you can't see. But I'm reading the prompt, Machine Learning Paradise. AI's busiest startups, busiest breakthroughs, and business deals. Seven countries now generate 100% of their electricity from renewable energy. Looks like Canada's on there, but seven countries now generate nearly all of their electricity from renewable energy sources, according to newly compiled figures. Albania, Bhutan, Nepal, Paraguay, Iceland, Ethiopia, and the Democratic Republic of Congo produce more than 99% of their electricity. 90% of the electricity they consumed using geothermal, hydro, solar, or wind. Canada's not on that list. Oh, I see. Canada's about 60%. Not bad. I don't really care, but naturally superconducting. Superconducting. There we go. Decided to close the window. Oh, bobblehead video. Alright. NASA's Fermi mission sees no gamma rays from nearby supernova. Frustrated frontman for rock band that rose to fame in the 90s unleashes on Coachella crowd. You'll never see me play this fucking place ever again, he says. Never mind. Researchers discover new clues to how tardigrades can survive intense radiation. Yeah, they're freaks of nature. Justice Clarence Thomas misses Supreme Court arguments. The most charming projector I've tested has now replaced my TV for movie nights. Charming projector. Archaeologists search for occult secrets and stumble upon an ancient henge instead. Shopper shares confusion. Shopper shares. Shopper shares. It's 8:23. This is about the time I should be getting on stage. I should be able to fucking speak by now. Shopper shares. Shopper shares confusion over deceptive video game purchase. I do feel kind of ripped off. NASA downed Ingenuity helicopter has the last gift for humanity. We'll have to go to Mars to get it. Well, thanks for nothing. I've probably read some of these already, Grace, because I can't remember what I've read now. An update on what's coming for Fallout Season 2 on Amazon. I might watch that tonight, Season 1. Crucial connection for quantum internet made for the first time. Well, I know this is not going to be as impressive as they're going to try and make it. We'll see. Quantum network would be awesome. Quantum internet. Quantumly entangled internet would be awesome. Chicken wing time. Hope you're not a vegan, Grace. If you are, it's not going to be for you. That's what Joe Rogan should do. Just go on this podcast and eat a big plate of meat throughout the whole episode. Bumblebee species able to survive underwater for up to a week. This one I saw earlier. I know I didn't read it. Common eastern bumblebee queen's ability while hibernating could help it endure flooding, scientists say. Bumblebees might be home in town and country, but now researchers have found at least one species that is even more adaptive. It can survive underwater. Queens of the common eastern bumblebee species can withstand submersion for up to a week when hibernating. I mean, do bees even have lungs? I have no fucking idea. Don't care. Trudeau to induce halal mortgage for Muslims in Canada. Bans foreigners from buying home from. Brain cells that enhance memory, focus, and storage identified. Can we order up some of those? That'd be good. You work hard to recycle, but where do items go after you toss them in the blue bin? I got a feeling they just go in the garbage. Microsoft makes high-stakes play in tech Cold War with Emirati AI deal. Metal detectorists find incredible artifact depicting Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great. Have discovered a unique artifact that archaeologists say features a depiction of Alexander the Great and is mystifying the experts surprised at the location of the find. Hopefully the one with the screenshots is working, Grace, so you don't have to look at chicken wings. for an hour. Although, why the hell would you look at the screen? Trump news. Hush money trial continues for second day. First juror selected. I'll bet he is pissed off. Quebec's refusal to deliver English presentation to parents raises questionable language law. But they do what they want in Quebec. Big Tech is on a generative AI hiring spree. It's kind of ironic. Just use the AI. They're coming for me, Grace. They're coming. That's a potato wedge, not a chicken wing. Can you hear my squeaky chair? The greatest sci-fi show you're still not watching is getting a new season and a spin-off. Google's new Infinity Attention technique lets you input infinite text into LLMs. What the fuck is an LLM? Research team manufactures the first universal programmable and multifunctional photonic chip. Awesome. Waiting for that. Linus Torvalds reiterates his tabs versus spaces stance with a kernel trap. Refining of impact. 12 minutes in. Refining the impact of genetic evidence on clinical success. The case against carbon emissions as a universal metric. 6 ways to monetize your expertise with AI in 2024. Los Alamos fires up 10 exaflops AI supercomputer. Vernado powered supercomputer. Vernado powered by NVIDIA. DNA double-strand break capturing nuclear envelope tools drive DNA repair. Quite the headline. Security warns tourists why they should never charge their phone at an airport. Why? USB skimmers. It's probably a thing. Alright, what are we following? News Nation Now. Protests erupt at Columbia University after President testifies. Oh, President Trump. Got it. I definitely will never be a political commentator. Won't be anything, don't get on that fucking stage. 25 years after Columbine, trauma shadows survivors of the school shooting. Johnson brushes off conservative pushback, tries to lower expectations. Google employees demand company cuts ties with Israel. Google employees protested the company's work with the Israeli government, organizing sit-ins Tuesday that took place at the company's office in Sunnyvale, California, and New York City. Panelists on The Hill discussed the protests. Yeah, who the fuck knows anymore? Suspects in mom's in mum deaths will pay ultimate price. Bounty hunter. Suspects in mum deaths will pay ultimate price. Bounty hunter. Huck throws 3-hitter in 2-0 win over Guardians for Boston's first CG shutout at Fenway since 2017. ProPublica. Portland General Electric Company. Bipartisan calm. Blah, 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 I don't know what that is. True North. GC Strategies partner testifies before the House of Commons as RCMP search office. Ooh. Ex-MP seeking conservative nomination has been both friend and foe of Beijing. Coots trio found guilty by jury, faces 10 years in prison. Tech sector slams Liberals' capital gains tax as irreparable harm. Anti-Israel protests surge after Iranian drone attack. Does that mean they're pro-Iranian? Or just anti-Israel? Finance Minister calls Alberta government workers' bargaining demands extreme. Suspicious package at Queen's Park was gravy, police confirm. I could use some gravy right now. These potato wedges are a little dry. I gotta get some ketchup. Wouldn't be a podcast without a cough. Soon, Grace, this is about how awkward our first date really will be, so let's get over with now. Alrighty. Back to the news. Trans-military chaplain suspended over alleged sexual groping comment. Well, this should be good. A Royal Military College chaplain who was hailed by the Canadian military as an LGBTQ champion on Transgender Day of Visibility has been suspended following an alleged groping request. Department of National Defence confirmed to True North that Captain Beatrice Gale had her chaplaincy revoked and was found to have violated military rules in a summary hearing because of an inappropriate comment or request to another individual. Gale was born a biological male but identifies as a woman. Just typical piece of stuff. Canadian pediatrician challenges CBC's consensus on gender-affirming care. Wow. A man who stabbed police officer was out on bail. I like that True North. I'll have to come back to that one. In Vanderhoof, women are increasingly reluctant to seek help from the RCMP. How a coastal garden feeds body and soul. Vox. What the medical science says about periods and mental health. Yikes. I'll leave that one alone. The Supreme Court wants to hand a victory to January 6 insurrectionists. The area industry or the dairy industry really doesn't want you to say bird flu and cows. Yeah, no shit. Amazon eBooks. Are the Wilkinson twins running a scam? Here's our investigation. We can make birth safer for black mothers. Here's how. I didn't know that was an issue, but maybe it is. How do charitable donation deductions work? Do tax write-offs encourage people to give? Not really. Let's find other loopholes. How to plan for retirement without having an existential crisis? See, like a first date, the only thing we can do is small talk. And that's what people do to talk about the news. I'm just going a little extreme, a little fast. And not giving you a chance to respond, but that's your problem. You're here, you can respond. How to plan for retirement while having an existential crisis? Nah, I just had the existential crisis. Is there a tuberculosis vaccine? Yes, but it's not as good as it could be. It's time for a new one. More vaccines. Let's get them out there. Why is Iran attacking Israel today? The retaliatory strike, briefly explained. Be inspired, Grace. This company is creating a positive impact and a new way to drink beverages with edible straws. Fuck, we're just gonna have to eat the whole cup next. The power of courage. Be inspired. The story of the dog who learned to walk on only 2 legs. Wow, does he have 4? How kids have used their imagination to create some of the most beloved products. Watermelon on a stick. The Human Library, where you can check out a person. I like that. Grace, I didn't know that when you worked at the library I could just check you out. Well, I guess I did check you out. Not the kind of checking out I wanted to do, but... Come on, internet. Alright. Internet's not working, but I would like to find out more about the Human Library where you can check out a person. Make a note, Grace. The TSA service dogs get their own calendar each year. Aww. This dog inspired a new movement towards humane rescue programs. Good. She is known as the real bionic woman. Meet Karen. Or Karine. This doll making business has provided over 28 million meals for hungry children. That's all good stuff. Yeah, see, be inspired news. You only get like 1 news story a month or 2 a month. Bullshit news, 1 million a day. Taking care of the most. See if we can get something new. Come on, refresh. Let's have a chicken wing while we're waiting. Sorry. That chicken wing took longer than I thought. I'm back to this amazing virtual psychopathic date. Rosie O'Donnell bets Bill O'Reilly Trump will be found guilty. Protests erupt at Columbia University. Did that one. I think we're going to have to go to Global News. Google News. Just for me. Come on. Anytime. Waiting. There we go. Tech industry warns budget's capital gains proposal could cause irreparable harm. Already read that, but omission of reconciliation glaring and alarming in budget speech. First Nation leaders say. YMC leadership gets earful from frustrated members blindsided by closure news. RCMP recovered 12 stolen trucks and other items from rural property near Vulcan. Feds advocate square off in court over air passengers' refunds. Canada News. BC Ferries modifies Comox Powell River route for 3 days. Farewell to metals in industry forever. The material that's just that. Farewell to metals in industry forever. The material that science fiction predicted and has just been produced. Eco News. I'm getting very excited, Grace. Winning bidder of classic hockey cards, feeling remorse over $3.7 million purchase. Yeah, no shit. Autism's brain structure secrets revealed. We know this one's gonna be bullshit. Come on, internet work. I'm gonna rip this fucking article apart. Top to bottom, left to right, up and down. That's what she said. I do one of those a day. Get it on my system. Oh, motherfucker. Okay, we'll come back to that one. Autism's brain structure secrets revealed. Bullshit. SkyTrain shuts down in Burnaby for medical emergency 5 hours ago. Yeah, no shit, I was there. Bloody delaying me. New West is taking advantage of cannabis home delivery report. Three more vehicles found as RCMP search for stolen something. What could happen if prosecutors bring up Trump's legal past? Former president's attorney explains. Is it the love? Wally, the injured stray dog, gets new leash on life. Wow. An AI really could write all this shit without no problem. Ford landlord fails to pay taxes. CRA goes after tenant. That sounds like the CRA, who are my friends and I love very much. CRA's good. CRA is good. CBC's bad. We thrive. Nova Scotians who wintered in RVs call for permanent setup. We thrived. Nova Scotians who wintered in RVs call for permanent setup. 6 NHL stars who could be traded during the 2024 offseason. They're such stars. Why are they being traded, huh? Yeah. God. Why you need to look closer at your Chromebook's HDMI port. Ooh. Executive health clinics charging thousands as crackdowns loom. Alright, let's go to, what do we want here? Grace, what do you want? New showcase, do you want entertainment, food and drink, health and fitness? home and garden, news and politics, science and tech, special interest, sports. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Special interest? Science and technology? You sure? Alright. No recent articles. Typical. Or the internet's broken. Now it's more likely. See why I try and record these at the library? I did get a SIM card today, but it's not set up. Because it couldn't be that easy. Used to love technology, and now not so much. Alright. Sorry, had a chicken wing break. Back to the news. Let's go world headlines. U.S. Senate dismisses Boeing whistleblower says he was put through hell. Biden urges Congress to act on Israeli aid, claiming it says Iran aims to destroy Israel forever. In other words, the U.S. is looking for a war. Could have fixed all this at the end of World War II, and they didn't. Could have been no more wars. Nope, couldn't do it. Russia and the U.S. could have solved this whole problem. Instead, the first 7 jurors are chosen for Trump's hush money criminal trial. 11 more are still needed. World news. How well could Iran defend itself against a potential Israeli attack? Well, U.S. to reimpose sanctions on Venezuela's oil and gas sector. Seems a little unnecessary. Biden calls for tripling tariffs on Chinese metals. Dubai weather. Cloud seeding not to blame for flooding, experts say. NPR editor Yuri Berlinger resigns after writing essay saying it has lost America's trust. The Times of Israel. No, Israel's lost America's trust? Well, UN urges aid worth $2.8 billion for Gaza, West Bank amid war. Large-scale protests in Georgia. What's happening and why? Climate damages by 2050 will be 6 times the cost of limiting warming to 2 degrees. Climate damages by 2050 will be 6 times the cost of limiting warming to 2 degrees. We have no fucking idea what we'll be doing in 26 years. Columbia University president slams campus anti-Semitism. And I say that because 2050 is a long way off. And we are going to have a tech explosion soon. Senator presses Attorney General Garland on marijuana banking bill's impact on criminal investigations. Bloody marijuana, people. EU leaders back new Iran sanctions after attack on Israel. Germany's China shock as Scholz leaves Beijing, alarm raised about economic ties. Can you tell Grace that I care very little about anything I'm reading? Live updates. Mike Johnson bites the bullet as ouster threat grows. Venezuela and Honduras announce actions to protest Ecuador's embassy raid. Sweden passes law lowering age to change legal gender from 18 to 16. I mean, if you're going to do that, then just do everything from 16 now instead of 18 and 21. I mean, 18 seems like a good age, but Definitely needs one age for all. Figured out world. What the fuck you doing? Fire engulfs Copenhagen's historical stock exchange building. Trump news. Lawyers say Stormy Daniels refused subpoena. Minnesota toddler dies after fall from South Dakota hotel window. World news. Sad news. Israel will defend itself. Netanyahu says. As West calls for restraint. Chaos at House hearing as Republicans challenged over Biden corruption smear. Here's how Britain's smoking ban can impact Canadian tourists. Prince Harry may have to settle. Yeah, why the fuck does the UK care about tourists smoking outside? Get a fucking life, UK. Always meddling. They're meddlers. Prince Harry may have to settle a Murdoch lawsuit after Hugh Grant deal. Lawyer. Myanmar. I know that word, but I can't say it. Myanmar ousted leader. This will just be exactly like our first date, Grace. I'm just gonna stare at my phone and read you headlines, and every once in a while I'll look away from my phone, look in the eyes or something romantic like that, and then be right back to the phone, just like everyone does. Except for most people aren't reading out loud to themselves, alone in their room. Trump's ex-fixer Michael Cohen to be key witness in hush money criminal trial. 9 o'clock. UN demands Israeli forces and support of settler attacks. UN demands Israeli forces and support of settler attacks in West Bank. Uber driver shot, killed by 81-year-old after both received scam calls. That's weird. That's a very weird shot, or very weird photo there. Was that in Canada? Global news? Probably not. Trump appears to have fallen asleep as criminal trial again. Trump be tired? Trump needs some Adderall. Drought causes power cuts in Ecuador. Funeral home gave families dried concrete instead of ashes. Held 190 decaying bodies. Prosecutors. That is a little gross. Knife attack at Sydney church. More about teen suspect. I thought it was beginner's luck, but I'm a whiskey super taster. CNN fact checks Trump's false claim. Pushed on Fox News. El Nino could be over. What weather could Canadians see in the coming months? Sunshine. Rain. Brett Kavanaugh's questioning of January 6 charges sparks fury. Video. Largest crane on East Coast removes massive chunks of fallen Baltimore Bridge. They fucked that one up good. God's misfit. Grandma accused of killing 2 mums. Also as Oklahoma County GOP chair. Officials. I really hope you don't have the chicken wings video. I might upload it anyways. God's misfit grandma accused of killing 2 mums. Russian announces total withdrawal of troops from Nagorno-Karabakh. TikTok to restrict users who repeatedly post problematic topics from For You feed. Trump to meet with Poland's president as NATO leaders call for additional support for Ukraine. Schumer and other Democrats amplify calls for marijuana reform ahead of 420, which congressman says should be fucking legal, you motherfucking idiots. Circus elephant roams Montana street after escaping. Oh, that would be some good video. But yeah, why the fuck do we still have circus elephants? How long an elephant could survive in Montana? Alright, get that thing back in the wild. 17 killed in Ukraine. There's a good question, Grace. Is it better off to remain in captivity or go back to the wild? What do you think? Yeah, see, said nothing. 17 killed in Ukraine's Why aren't we calling the Sydney mall stabbing rampage terrorism? What Melania Trump really thinks about the hush money trial. Valedictorian speech torpedoed after call for abolition of Israel. Ukraine's Zelensky signs new army draft law to boost conscription. Ooh, getting tired. 41 minutes in. Mussolini's wartime bunker opens to the public in Rome. Somebody's in the hallway. I gotta be quiet now, Grace. If they hear me talking, they'll know that I'm a lunatic. Just kidding, I don't give a shit. Australia mall stabbing. French worker viewed as hero welcome to stay. A French construction worker who was confronted. Oh, let's read that one. See, this is how countries should be. Australia's Prime Minister said Tuesday a French construction worker who confronted a man who stabbed 6 people to death in Sydney shopping mall is welcome to stay in the country as long as he likes. Damien Garut was nicknamed Bollard Man on social media after security camera footage showed him standing at the top of an escalator on Saturday and menacing Joel Kochi with a plastic bollard or barrier post. As he approached, Kochi fled down the escalator and people on Govert's floor were safe. Garut's temporary Australian work visa was due to expire in July until Prime Minister Anthony Albanese intervened. I'll say this to Damien. I'll say this to Damien, who is dealing with his visa applications, that you are welcome here. You are welcome to stay in for as long as you like. This is someone who we would welcome being an Australian citizen, although that would of course be a loss for France, the Prime Minister added. Alright. Letitia James is hunting for evidence of Trump perjury. And aerial rescues in Oman saved dozens from flash floods. Diane Francis, the dying days of the Russian Federation. Mass grave found at Gaza hospital occupied by Israeli forces. Double tap attack, understanding one of Russia's cruelest tactics in Ukraine. The city is a jail. Haitian journalists get word out about gang violence. Let's try some technology news. Galaxy S24. I have the Galaxy S7, so I'm a little bit behind. Behind the scenes with Corning Gorilla Armor. How the Galaxy S24 Ultra screen stays tough and resists glare. Would you be glaring at me if this was actually a date and this is what I decided to do? What could you do about it? shit, Grace. I got holes in both of my elbows now. My favorite hoodie. That's gonna be a problem. Alright. New ED features for Google Maps have arrived. Here's how to use them. Save big with Woots. Refurbished iPhone and Apple Watch sale while you can. Update on weekly quests, Hearthstone, Blizzard news. An exoskeleton turns you into a superhuman while wearing it. Meet Tristan and Tony, owners of Buddy's Deli. Heineken just announced its own flip phone, and it oozes nostalgia. TikTok starts testing its Instagram competitor, TikTok Notes, in Canada and Australia. Watch Nintendo Indie World live. Hades 2 technical test stream shows off gameplay. New Realme Narzo 70 series phone coming soon. Teases promising faster charging, lag-free performance. Sounds amazing. Google testing Gemini integration in Chrome search box. What the fuck is Gemini? Samsung releases new feature boost to millions of Galaxy phones. New feature boost. Even old ones like mine. Amazon deals offer up to 41% off Blink Fire TV, tablets, and more. 41%. Realme Buds T110. New completely wireless headphones with ENC support launch at a low price. The Ottawa Hospital uses Microsoft AI to help increase access to care and reduce physician burnout. Grand Theft Auto publisher Take-Two Interactive to lay off several Delta, the best retro Nintendo emulator on iOS, is now available for free on the Apple Store. I wonder if I could just eat chicken wings on stage for an hour. Get away with that. Would be more interesting than this. Manitou. Cookie notice. Michael Berry of Performance and the Power Meter. Let's try health. We'll end the day on little health news. Nova Scotia's mobile primary care clinic has 3 upcoming clinic dates. Guysborough Memorial Hospital, Highway 16, and something else. Outdated cancer screening guidelines jeopardizing early detection. Business plan approach for cancer center at NRGH. Northern Ontario town loses cancer care access. The Telegraph, mutated strain of Mpox with pandemic potential found in DRC mining town. Supervised consumption sites urgently needed, says study. Just decriminalize it. Suspension notices for Waterloo Region secondary students. Nunavut sets up mobile tuberculosis clinic as outbreak grows. Health unit launching spring COVID-19 vaccine program. Are they still fucking vaccinating for that? Whooping cough cases up slightly in Newfoundland as officials warn about risks to infants. Routine jobs increase the risk of cognitive dementia decline. Routine jobs increase the risk of cognitive dementia decline. Study. That I believe. Fucking boring jobs. Your mind just goes, dies. Media release. Public Health urges HPV vaccine for oral cancer prevention. Understanding the genetic basis of bleeding disorders. The the 6 best vitamins and supplements for eye health. Could use some of that right now. I'm having trouble seeing the screen. Newfoundland woman was bleeding for 365 days before endometriosis diagnosis. Nobody really knew what was happening with me. Took them a year to figure that out? Sorry, but you gotta be able to do better than that. Scientists developed a universal vaccine that may protect humans against any virus. Well, there we go. That would make a lot more sense. Should have done that one first. Fucking losers. RDH's new home hemodialysis program offers more freedom options. GoFundMe set up for Toronto Police Special Constable battling Lyme disease. Raccoon rabies control. Wild animal vaccination operation in Estrie and bird flu is spreading to more farm animals. Are milk and eggs safe? Nope. First off, why are they saying eggs? Because that is a bird. I think I may have talked about that yesterday, but whatever. Or did it earlier, it doesn't matter. Only 2 weeks left to update secondary school vaccination workers before suspension day. Come on, let's show you left. 52 minutes. Gastrointestinal cancers after Kate Middleton's diagnosis. Here's what abdominal systems you should look out for. Faculty of medicine members partner with community groups on priority issues to transform local health. Faces of budget-friendly products to solve common skin problems. Métis Cancer. Canadian Partnerships Against Cancer. Building Métis Cancer Resilience. Métis Nations of Ontario. Defy Dementia podcast inspires people of all ages to improve brain health, including its expert co-host. GDL Movember brings awareness to testicle cancer. I think that might be a little early. It is April. Upgrading food at VGH for patient and planetary health. Well, that's hospital food. Heart conditions often go undetected in pregnant women. Health Smart. World's first trial of new prostate cancer treatment underway. Step up. How sitting for long hours is hurting you and your country's economy. Well, I am definitely fucking economy then. Should I probably lie more than I said. Local pharmacist reports more people complaining of seasonal allergies in 2024. How much protein should you actually be getting, and is all protein created equal? Tick season is in full swing in caribou country. How we study microbes keeps us from realizing benefits. Recommendations guide oral immune therapy for food allergies. COVID-19 kills New Brunswicker aged 45 to 60. Wow. COVID-19 kills New Brunswicker aged 45 to 64. 2 youth among those hospitalized by flu. That is the worst headline ever. Sean becomes the first in Quebec to offer cyberoblastation for breast cancer. Fitness World Canada launches their Active Community Initiative, bringing free fitness classes to a senior living facility in Surrey. Older darts could be very interesting by the end of the set. I'll just be completely sober and slurring my words because I'm not fucking used to talking. 50. Older adults with diabetes experienced functional decline during the COVID-19 pandemic, research finds. I'm a dietitian. Here's the secret to intermittent fasting. Drinking excessively increases in women. Drinking excessively, increases in women. Fatty liver disease affecting 1 of 5 young adults, Bristol study says. Yes, you see, Bristol. We'll assume that's UK. Drink anywhere you want in the UK, just don't smoke. Sask, baby in need of life-saving organ donation. No reports of rabies in Nunavut in almost a year. That's pretty good. Push for vaccines amid measles outbreak. 6 high-protein snacks to boost weight loss. The safety of cold versus hot snare. Brain cells that enhance memory, focus, and storage identified. Honeybees experience multiple health stressors out in the field. Autism in adults, presentation, diagnosis, and management. Risk of popular supplements from vitamin D to magnesium. It's the first drug shown to slow Alzheimer's. Why is it off to a slow start? Good question. Study finds deadly bacteria with thirst for human blood. Good watching the bacteria now. Funding boost for Nottingham prostate cancer research. ADHD medication reduces all-cause unnatural cause mortality risks. Eating an unhealthy breakfast could have similar effect on your child's school day as having nothing at all. Kinless and cancer, exploring the impacts of lung cancer patients. Exercise plus protein post-TAVR outcomes in feral patients. Autism's brain structure secrets revealed. This was the bullshit article before. Now we'll get to read it. I should have a chicken wing first, but I don't think there's enough time, Grace. 2 minutes. Let's rip this apart in 2 minutes and then we'll go there. Research developed a groundbreaking approach using diffusion MRI to explore the brain structures of individuals with autism spectrum disorder. This technique measures how water molecules move through the brain, revealing structural differences in the neural pathways of autistic versus non-autistic individuals. By applying mathematical models, the team linked these structural variations to functional impacts, notably in how neurons conduct electricity and process information. Their findings, which correlate microstructural differences with autism diagnostic scores, promise to enhance our understanding of ASD and could lead to more precise treatments. I'll tell you what, if it was actually, if they can prove it with the MRI, that would be interesting. So I won't shit all over that just yet, but I want to see the proof on my desk. First thing in the morning, Grace. 59. Your good health, low iron levels might affect blood donors' depression. New study unravels emotional processing in depression. Breaking down barriers to mental health care, access in prison. A qualitative interview study with incarcerated males in Norway. Emotional bodily sensations altered in Parkinson patients. Canada reports more H5N5 avian flu virus detection in mammals, wild birds. Creatine for women. What is it and benefits for over 40? Are you over 40, Grace? Good night, Grace.